Bad news. Today, well, not even today. Yesterday, the USDA, which is primarily appointed by President Donald Trump, decided to send a letter to all the states saying that if the government shutdown continues into November, no more food stamps, no more SNAP, people starve. So now, because they're already threatening the price premiums of health insurance, the Affordable Care Act, and everything else, now they're threatening food stamps. And the reason why I'm saying they're threatening is because compared to other government shutdowns, especially the last one, the biggest one, or the last few, but the biggest one, right? The 35-day shutdown that happened under Donald Trump, we didn't have this issue. In fact, the funding between that 2018-2019 government shutdown compared to the funding that we have now is doubled. So there's no reason for the USDA to stop food stamp payments. In fact, they have more than enough money even compared to inflation between the two times, because inflation between the two times was about 29% from 2018 to 2025. 29%, right? Food stamp allotment, or this is the number of recipients first. 38.3 million 2018. 2025, 42 million. So we have an increase of maybe not even like 3.5 million people, about a little bit more than that. So barely a percentage increase in the number of recipients. Inflation, pretty substantial, right? 30%. But the amount of allocated funds from 2018, so the first government shutdown that lasted 35 days, $65.0 billion. Okay? 2019, 60.4. And this is going to be wild. This is going to be mind-blowing. I mean, last year's allocated funds was $100 billion. Almost double. Almost double. Probably about 60 to 80%. So double that of the rate of inflation. Barely an increase in recipients by about a few percent. In fact, we can run some numbers too. We can do some numbers. We can do a calculator, but you can look this up yourself. The point is, there's more than enough funds to continue funding food stamps and SNAP, but the USDA is sending out letters to states, right? We can look at this article if... Come on. It don't like me. It doesn't like me. Boo boo boo. Sad. We'll just go here, because you can just look it up. SNAP benefits not being funded. So that was USA Today. Fortunately, ad wall. What to know about SNAP benefits amid government shutdown. And this is... Yep, this is about this recent one. This was posted 2 days ago. In a letter the state health officials obtained by ABC News, Ronald Ward, the acting head of SNAP, said the program that millions of low-income Americans rely on has funding available for benefits and operations through the month of October. He added, if the current lapse in appropriations continues, there will be insufficient funds to pay full November SNAP benefits for approximately 42 million individuals across the nation. So that data tracks from the announcement, right? For one, how? How is that a lapse in cycle? How is that the case? And also, mind you, this was after the USDA and Food Nutrition Services sent out a letter. Or, well, SNAP is run by the USDA. So actually, who appointed this guy? Now I'm getting mixed information. Because clearly, paying attention to who appointed these individuals. Head of Snap is Evan Spiegel, his co-founder and chief executive. Oh, Robert Bobby Murphy. Who cranked that Soldier Boy? What was his name? I mean, regardless, Ronald Ward, the acting head of Snap. Who appointed Ronald Ward? Hmm? Yeah, Trump admin warns of insufficient funds for food stamps. That was 7 days ago. So this is the original from Axios. So for 7 days, I haven't seen any reporting on this. I mean, hence the fact that I found 2 days ago, and hence the fact that you might be finding out right now. That bad. And my whole point is that between the government shutdown that lasted 30 something days and this one that's not even up to that point yet, with the allotted funds that exist this year compared to 2018, I don't understand why the math ain't mathin'. Because I don't recall there being that much of an issue prior. So let's look that up. (2018) Yeah, they were issued to recipients. Ugh. But the February benefits were paid early at the end of January to avoid a lapse in funding. So less money, barely less people was able to pay. Pay early, mind you. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I feel like this is genuinely a power move from behind the scenes because we already have literally health insurance as the issue that's on the table and the reason why the government's even shut down in the first place, because health insurance premiums, the Affordable Care Act, just that existence of those programs are being held hostage. So why not do the same thing with food stamps? Why not make it worse? So I mean, these local news stations, great. Those are the only people that are reporting than 15 hours ago, so within only the last day. So I'm sure it'll pick up steam. But this isn't good. The amount of people, 42 million people, not being able to pay for food, not being able to pay for healthcare, that's bad. And genuinely, I don't see a reason why they can't get paid. I don't know where the money went. So lastly, let's figure out who Ron Ward is. Because this is interesting. Who appointed you? Provisions of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act of 2025. Oh, this is also interesting as well. October 3rd. Huh. So definitely look this up too. End of exceptions implemented by Fiscal Responsibility Act. The OBBB removes the temporary exceptions for the following populations which were added to the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2023. Whoa. What do you mean? These individuals are once again subject to the time limit as they were prior to the 2023 FRA, unless they meet another exception. Time limit? What is that all about? Changes to the exception for children in the household? Oh my goodness. So they made it harder and less likely for you to even get these benefits if you're homeless, a veteran, individuals age 24 or younger and in foster care on their 18th birthday? Why are you specifically talking about foster care too? That's awful. So they're once again subject to the time limit. What is the time limit? New exceptions. An Indian, okay. An urban Indian, a Californian Indian. What the hell? Well, this is something different too. What the increase of the upper age limit? So more people are subject to the time limit for added a whole 10 years. So from 54 to 64, what is this time limit? Modifies the time limit exemptions of section 603 of the Food and Nutrition Act of 2008. Hmm. Oh, this memorandum provides state agencies additional information on implementing section 10102A of the One Big Beautiful Bill. Oh shit. Which changes it. Oh. 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 Without dependence. So, yeah, this is the whole making it much harder for you to keep food stamps if you're any of these things. That's awful. That's awful. So older people are at risk of losing their benefits. Homeless people are at risk of losing their benefits. Veterans are at risk at losing their benefits, regardless of this potential lack of funding, quote unquote. Holy shit. So destroying SNAP EBT, which is destroying the farmers too, because they also rely on this money. If people can't buy their food, they're not getting money. If people can't eat, they're dying. Then there's less people buying their food anyways. It's I feel like this is just causing more circumstances for civil unrest, allowing for more aggravation. It's more cruelty, just objectively. Because why? What is the point when we have almost double the amount of funding from the last government shutdown, the bigger government shutdown, not just the last one? I know there was multiple in Donald Trump's term. There was none in Joe Biden's. Hmm. I don't know. Still, I don't know who Ron Ward is. Because my only thing is, when we look this up, we have apparently it was a letter from the USDA. Yes, a spokesperson at NCDHHS said they recently received a letter from the USDA. And when we look up who appointed all those members from the USDA, President Donald Trump. More yes men, as we see, because almost everyone, or at least mostly everyone in the executive branch of the admin that are appointed by Donald Trump are yes men. We know this. They take orders directly from him. And even he stated loosely before this was even issued out, as reported by Axios, saying that, well, maybe you're going to give your food stamps, or maybe you're not. Lo and behold, now we have this news from people that are appointed by him. And then the statement, which throws me off, of the SNAP pad. This is why we're looking that up. So I don't want reports, I just want information. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, FNS National Office. When? These numbers are not years. These are phone numbers. Why can't I find this information? Oh, may revolutionize access to Snap. So this guy was already there in 2023. I'm just curious as to when. Was it from the first administration? Was it from Biden? However, the acting head of Snap reportedly wrote in a letter to state health officials that the program has funding. Hey, I knew something was fishy. That's exactly what I was saying. Holy shit. Yeah. Helps nearly 42 million Americans. 12% of the population is getting hard pressed between both health insurance and the potential loss of food stamps. I mean, obviously, this is a bargaining chip for and against the radical left Democrats shutdown. Literally, oh my god! Recently, the USDA website displayed a message stating that it will not be updating during the funding lapse due to the radical left. Literally! It's just a fabricated bullshit situation in order to put more pressure against the people and try to blame the Democrats. It's a own the libtard fucking dumb. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. So I'm going to call it right here. This is another, between this and what they're going to be doing at the No Kings rally, or during the No Kings rally. Holy shit. So, I don't know. I'm going to post this and let you know that within a few weeks, today's the 17th. So, if this doesn't get sorted out within 2 weeks, the Trump administration says that there's not enough money. We see when we look it up that there's enough money, even compared to the longer shutdowns, the ones that happen longer than a month. They were paid early, right? With almost half as much money. Math, just simple math, all right? Calculator, right? Oh my goodness. And this is what irritates me. Genuinely. What irritates me too is I can't find my freaking search bar. Oh my god. I'm still getting used to moving my thing over there. Oh, this is calculator. This is cruelty to the max. Like, genuinely trying to... Oh, what the hell? Get out of here. No. No. Calculator. Calculator. Because let's get some actual numbers. Okay. So, what was it? 38.3 divided by 42 equal... Wow, so that was about an 8% increase in participants. Okay. I'm gonna open up a Google Doc. We're gonna do some stuff. We can do this. Oop. Wrong one. Let me just go to the app. I'm not even paying attention to chat. Again, I'm terrible at this. Jesus, 19 minutes. Alright, I don't want it. Longest 25 minutes. We're gonna do some math at the end here. See how bad things actually are. Because it's important to understand the situation that's being fabricated here in order to cause more civil unrest and more unruliness so that there's more reason to invoke martial law and the Insurrection Act and have a military takeover of the population. Everything's pretty clear cut and dry, trying to blame the Democrats, trying to cause harm, more cruelty, more unusual cruelty. You know, there's an amendment about that. It proves a lot of this is unconstitutional, especially if we're getting one, we have mathematical analysis and proof that this is bullshit. Two, there's someone yelling outside. Three, according to the Center of Budget and Policy, the maximum monthly SNAP benefits expected for fiscal year 2026 is 546 for a household of two. However, the institution states some SNAP households will not be eligible. Well, yeah, because we just looked over that they changed the eligibility and the time limits and made it much more likely for homeless people, veterans, elderly to lose their SNAP benefits. Considering the operational issues and constraints that exist in automated systems, what was it? November issuance files and delayed transmission to state EBT vendors until further notice. Yeah, Trump administration. Where was okay? So the headline was SNAP website. November benefits for 42 million recipients impacted amid government shutdown. That was not the article that I clicked, my guy. I mean, yeah, we obviously see that this came from Trump. We can see. Oh, no. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so Ronald Ward reportedly wrote in a letter to state health officials that the program has funding available for benefits and operations through the month of October. And the current lapse in appropriations continues, there will be insufficient funds to pay. All right, so this. Oh, wait. Was this the article that we were looking at before? Nope. Yeah, never mind. What the. So we're misreading it. So it was just because October was cut off. I still don't know who Ronald Ward is. I mean, let me know down in the comments where he came from. And not the college. Oh, there's a lot of Ron Wards. Yeah, who appointed him? I'm surprised I can't find this information. That's weird. It was there in 2023. I'm trying to remember. Huh. Because that's like the make or break for this. But again, the numbers just don't math up. If we only have an 8% increase in population and a 30% increase in inflation, but we have almost double the funds, because that's what? Because it's like at least 100 billion, and it's divided, well, not divided by, that would be 60. I mean, 60 into 100, that's a 40% difference. Yeah, all right, there's the math. There. So a rise in about 40% of the amount of money. I don't know, man. This just seems super fishy. Super duper fishy. The fact that last time this happened, when it was worse, with almost half as much money, we were able to get paid early, and now it's being held against us. Oh man, this is the last bit, the last question. Who appointed him? And I'm not even getting an AI generated response either. And when? When's to maintain a program? 2011. Wait, acting chief retailer. Where'd that go? What? Oh, I downloaded a freaking PDF. Empire Justice Center. Benefit Redemption Division at Food and Nutrition Service, USDA. Dear Mr. Ward. Oh, this is something completely different? It's been there since 2011. Oh, well, that's good to know then. So before Trump? That's interesting. I don't know, man. But still. Things just... not great. Food stamps, welfare benefits will not. Oh, this was 8 months ago. Jesus. But November remains unclear. So there are questions about it 9 days ago. Yeah, this is awful. This is definitely creating the conditions of more civil unrest. People can't afford food. People can't afford healthcare. Can't afford to live. What else do they have to live for? What else can they do? These are questions that need to be asked, but clearly no one gives a shit about more than a tenth of the population. Or at least nobody in this administration seems to. Sad. They don't care about veterans, don't care about the homeless, don't care about the elderly, imposing further time limits on them having food stamps to begin with, spending more money, giving away more money. No bueno. Well, if you're a part of this program, then I don't know what to tell you. Save up, stock up, buy things that are gonna last. That's what I've been doing ever since this guy's been in office, anyways. Oh shit. Oh yeah, here's the exemption changes. Oh wow. New requirements for Americans to receive. So this is when the exemptions were added in. They did the age increase. And then they're like, oh no, in fact, we're going to take all that away 2 years later with the one big, beautiful bill. Going to take all that away. And they're going to be like, let's make it even worse. Let's take away more from the people that are 65 or younger, not 55 or younger. That's insane. Wow. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below if you feel like veterans don't deserve food stamps, the elderly doesn't deserve food stamps, homeless people don't deserve food stamps. I don't know, let me know, because that's direct consequences of the actions of the administration that was in their bill, and now even more so direct consequences of them wanting to take away healthcare, them wanting to destroy the lower class of America, weed you out. Just, it's horrendous. Is absolutely horrible, and it's just more cruelty and suffering from the most un-American administration that has ever existed, that claimed to be American, the biggest ultra-nationalist bullshit. Well, let me know what you think. Hopefully more people cover this, because we got 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks to the day. Well, good luck. I don't know if they keep making excuses, keep not, negotiating or even bothering to negotiate, then we're screwed. We're done. Because I don't know how long people are going to be able to last without assistance. Maybe a month, two, before things start getting really bad. People start getting really desperate and really angry if they're not already really angry. And I could tell too, just from around me. Like people are driving more aggressively than ever. People are just more anxious than ever, more scared. I don't know. I mean, I feel it too. So let me know down in the comments. Anyways, this is Spark saying peace and just be prepared. Oh, hey, what's up? My bad. Uh